Hello and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin. Today's video is going to be my last ever empties video on this channel. So let's talk some trash, shall we? So I do have quite the empties to go through. This is going to encompass November and December of 2024. There are a lot of big items, so I think it's looking more full than it actually is, but we'll see. I haven't actually gone through this to see what all's in here, but I will be taking you through each of the items, letting you know some initial thoughts or feelings about them, and ultimately if I would recommend them. So let me go ahead and divide this mess into categories, and we'll go through as quickly as we can. I'm going to actually go ahead and start off with two items that were in like beauty goals that I had for 2024, just to get these out of the way. So I was doing a Pan That Palette project. It kind of fell by the wayside over the summer as I was recovering from ankle surgery and obviously was not putting makeup on every day. So here is what the palette looks like now at the end of 2024, start of 2025, which is crazy. As you can see, I did finish a few shades. I got pretty close to finished in this shade right here. This one also just has like a ring around the edge. I will be decluttering this palette. This is very, very old. This is the Tarte Buried Treasures palette. It was a seasonal palette from a really long time ago. So I gave it some really good use this past year, and I'm happy to go ahead and declutter it. As I said, it was the oldest palette in my collection, and it is time for it to go. So even though this is not actually completely empty, it's going to leave my collection, hence why it's in this video. The second item was a blush from this Benefit Blush Bar palette. This is another one that is quite old, but I was working on Rockateur, which is this blush down here at the bottom. Now there is still product along the side, but I cannot pick this up with a brush, and it seems really silly to hold on to this giant palette for just that little bit of product because I do not like this shade, and this Hoola bronzer is far too dark for me and too warm, so I wouldn't use these. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to the trash pile as well, if you will, because that was the goal, to declutter this at the end of 2024. So those are the two things that came from like beauty projects that I just wanted to go ahead and mention at the start of this. Now let's go ahead and get to the rest of the empties. I did finish one hair product. This is the Batiste Defrizzing Dry Shampoo. It looks like this with the spray nozzle at the top. It is an aerosol. I actually quite liked this. It says it's an invisible formula. I would agree. I do have darker colored hair, obviously. This did a pretty good job of not leaving a ton of white cast behind. In terms of defrizzing, I don't know that it really worked any better than any other dry shampoo, so I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it for that reason, but I did enjoy this one, although I have replaced it with a different brand that comes in a much bigger bottle and is much more cost effective. So this one was fine, nothing against it. If you're interested in it, go ahead and pick it up. Now we're gonna move into like general miscellaneous type items. So the first item I have is a toothpaste. It is the Colgate Total. This is the whitening toothpaste. I don't think it really whitens, but it does leave your mouth feeling fresh. It's fairly inexpensive, and I have repurchased it. It's what's in my cabinet right now. Then I have a razor refill. This is from Flamingo. This was the final one in the package, so I will be purchasing a new pack of them. I believe I purchased the 8-pack, I think, for a decent amount of money. I get them from Target, so they're razor refills. There's not a whole lot to say about them. I also have a hand soap. This is from Bath & Body Works. It is their Sunshine and Lemons scent. It says Autumn in a Small Town. I liked that it had sunflowers on the front. It does not smell like sunflowers. It smells like lemons, so it's fine. I think this was like a fall seasonal one, so obviously I don't think it's available right now, but I did enjoy the scent, and I would consider repurchasing this scent, although I have other soaps that I'm working through right now. The next item was another one that was from my Project Pan this past year. It is a perfume. It's a rollerball perfume. This was from the Sephora collaboration with The Little Mermaid, or Disney, I should say. Not the recent one, the one from a really long time ago. The scent is called Kiss the Girl. It was a nice, like, naturey, watery scent. It did smell really nice. The scent lasted a decent amount of time. You can't get this anymore, so you can't purchase it, but I did enjoy using it up, and I particularly do like the packaging. It's very pretty. If you can see that, it's just got the swirls on it. So very pretty packaging, but this one is done, which I'm very glad about because I do have a lot of perfumes in my collection. Then I have two things of my allergy medication. This is the Allergy Relief from Target, is the Target brand, the Up and Up brand. I do the liquid gels, so I go through about one of these a month. So we have two from November and December. And then I also finally finished up this last thing of the Flow Ovarian Support Vitamin Capsules. So it's this right here. I don't think this did much of anything, but they sent me another one, this container, before I got it canceled. So I just went ahead and finished it off. Would not recommend. Again, I don't think it does anything, so it's not worth the money. Next, we're gonna move on into body care. I did finish this Naturium KP Body Scrub and Mask. I did cut it open. I really liked this. So if you are looking for a finely milled scrub that doesn't feel like you're tearing your skin off, this is one that I would recommend. I have repurchased this. I think it's going to become my favorite body scrub because I just like how gentle it is. It also has AHA, BHA, and PHA in it, which obviously helped with exfoliating chemically as well. So this is one that I would recommend. I've been pretty impressed with almost everything I've bought from Naturium. You're gonna see another product from them in just a minute. So I would highly recommend this. Next, we have an item that I would not recommend. This is the KP Exfoliating Lotion. It is from the brand Touch. It says it's formulated with glycolic acid and salicylic acid. It looks like this. I don't think this did anything, so do not purchase this, in my opinion. I don't think it's helpful, and it's just a waste of money. I also did not like how long it took for this to sink into my skin. I could still see it sitting on the surface of my skin after like 5-10 minutes sometimes, which is just ridiculous. So would not recommend this, will not repurchase. Next, we have a lotion that I do like and would recommend. That is the Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Body Lotion. It just looks like this. This has been my go-to. I can pick it up at Target or really anywhere, so I like this one. It's very basic, it is unscented, and it does a good job of moisturizing. However, I am currently using one from Neutrogena that I sometimes just like to cycle in just for something new. That one's also unscented. But yes, this is a very good, straightforward moisturizing body lotion. I would recommend this one. Next, I have this Vashi wound solution. This is a hypochloric acid wash. So it came in a bottle like this. I bought this for post-surgery to use like on my incisions and stuff after the stitches had been removed. I really like hypochlorous acid because I think it does good things for my skin. I actually use it on my face, which is how I finished this one off. I just poured this into the spray bottle that I already had and finished it off that way. But yes, I think hypochlorous acid is very helpful to me. It makes a lot of the irritation on my skin kind of heal up and go away, particularly the itchiness I get on my neck. So I will continue to purchase some type of hypochlorous acid, just probably not this one because I do prefer a spray bottle. Next, we have the other product from Naturium that I was talking about. This is a body wash. This is the Purifier Niacinamide Serum Body Wash. It is fragrance free. It lathers up pretty well. However, the one that I prefer is the one that has the mandelic acid in it because I like the cooling sensation that it gives me as I'm using it. Kind of wakes me up in the morning. But this one was fine if you're looking for something that is very simple, very gentle, and unscented. This is a good one to go with. The last body care item that I have is a baby powder. This is the Up and Up brand. It just says pure cornstarch aloe plus vitamin E. There's not much to say about it. It's a baby powder. I use it for a variety of different things, so this is a good one to go with, pretty inexpensive. Next, we're gonna move on into skincare. I did finish another thing of the CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser. This has been my go-to morning cleanser for a very long time. However, I have replaced it temporarily with the cleanser from the brand Prequel. It's called the Glenser because it has glycerin in it. I am really liking that one, but you don't get as much product. So obviously this is a much bigger bottle. This one is the 19 fluid ounces. So I'm gonna see how long that one lasts, but I do really like that one. That one lathers up. This one does not. So if you're looking for a very gentle facial cleanser that does not lather, this is a good one. I like it for a morning cleanse just because it's nice and simple, nothing harsh or stripping at first thing in the morning. So this is, again, has been my go-to for years, but I am trying another one. So we'll see if I go back to this one or keep using the Prequel one. The other cleanser is the one that I was using at night because I do prefer a foaming cleanser at night to help remove sunscreen and makeup. This one is from acne.org. It is just their cleanser. It's part of their regimen. They have 3 products. Acne.org is a good place to go if you are looking for information on acne and ways to treat it. I have been using their treatment serum, which is a benzoyl peroxide serum, for probably over 10 years, and I just really like the company. It is a very small brand, a very small business, but I've had nothing but good things to say about them. When this shipped, the pump actually broke off in the packaging, and I contacted them. They immediately sent a replacement and sent a new pump so that I could still use the bottle. So I have 2, so I have another one that I'm using right now for the price of 1. So they are very good about replacements, fixing their issues. Would highly recommend checking them out if you have acne and would like a little bit more information about them. So this one is just the cleanser, very simple, but it is foaming, which I appreciate. It's unscented. It's a good one. Next, I have this Grocerism neck cream. I was using it as a moisturizer. It's very basic. It does have a little bit of a scent, and I don't think it's anything special or even really worth purchasing just because I don't think it did much of anything, but I wanted to go ahead and get it finished up. So here is what it looks like. It did have a pump, and again, it's fine, but not anything that I would say you definitely need. Then I have this face oil. It is a sea buckthorn face oil. It is from Best Skin Ever. It looks like this. You can see a little bit of the oil. It is a yellowish color. This was fine. It is scented, so I didn't love that. And while I think it was moisturizing, I don't know that it really helped with hyperpigmentation or anything, which sea buckthorn oil is supposed to help with. So I wouldn't recommend this one, mostly because I felt like it took a very long time to sink into my skin. It also has some things in it that I personally don't like to use, like it has coconut oil, jojoba oil, which my skin doesn't like. And then it's also got some scents, as I said, grapefruit, vetiver. So, you know, probably not the best ingredients to put on your skin, at least for me personally. So I wouldn't recommend this one, and I will not be repurchasing. The final skincare item is a retinol. This is the Paula's Choice 1% retinol treatment. It looks like this. It has peptides and vitamin C in it. This has been my go-to retinol for probably a couple years now. I have not repurchased it yet, but I will be placing an order for a new one of these. This lasts about 5 months, so it's a decent price for the amount of uses you get out of it, and it is my favorite retinol. So this one I would recommend, but watch the percentage. Paula's Choice does have options for percentages. I'm just up to the 1% and don't have any issues with it, but be careful and mindful of the percentages if you've not used retinol before. I lied, that was not the last skincare thing. I forgot I have these things right here. So I did use a couple of sample products that I had gotten. This first one is the One Step Original Clear Pad from CosRx. It looks like this. It's a facial toner that's supposed to help wipe out excess oil and keep the complexion clear. I don't know what's in it. I can't remember what it was, but I only had like 1 use out of it, so can't really speak to whether it does what it says it does. And then a product that I have used before in a sample size is this Kate Somerville Exfoliate, which comes in a little pack like this. This is something that I do enjoy. It is a physical exfoliant as well as a chemical one, but I do think my skin quite enjoyed this when I used it this last time, and I felt that way when I used it previously. So this is something that I could see myself eventually incorporating into my routine. I'm not planning on doing that right now. While it has some pretty big time ingredients, I didn't have any adverse reaction to it. So for me, this would be fine, but obviously read the ingredients and make sure it's something that will work for you before you decide to purchase, because it is pricey. And now the actual last skincare thing are 3 more packs of the COSRX Acne Pimple Master Patches. I think some of these, I didn't actually go through 3 of these in the last 2 months, so I think some of these had like fallen out of my empties container, but I managed to scoop them all up. One of the things I really like about these is that it comes in multiple sizes, which is why I do sometimes have to open up a new one before I'm done with a previous one, just because I might need a different size patch. But I really like these. They stick really well to my skin as long as you have not put a moisturizer on. Don't put moisturizer on and then try to stick them down. It's not going to stay, but that's pretty much par for the course with any acne patch. So I like these. I've talked about them already. There's not much else to say. All right, we're gonna move on into makeup. I have some more items that were part of a project pan. So the first 2 are lipsticks. I was using these lipsticks as cream blushes, and I have finished them. The first one was from Buxom. It is their full-on lip color. It is in the shade Las Vegas. It just looks like this. I took all of the product out. I scooped it out, if you can see, and melted it down to make a cream blush. So this is officially finished. And same with this one from Laneige. This is the Laneige, I think it's like the two-tone lipstick in Cashmere Nude. So this was a more peachy shade, but again, I took all the product out, melted it down. This made a really nice cream blush. I really liked the color of this. I did not like it on my lips, so it looked better on my cheeks than it did on my lips, so I'm glad that I was able to use it up in that way. And the final item was a lip gloss that I did have in my project pan as well. This one is from ColourPop. It was a collab that they did as part of a Make-A-Wish thing. The shade is JJ, and I did finish it up. Even though there looks like there's product done at the end, I can't reach it with the actual brush, so there was no product actually getting out on my lips, so I had to call this one done. This was a really nice neutral pink shade. I quite enjoyed it, but I'm also glad that to get it out of my collection, because this was getting very much on the older side of things, so I'm glad that I got it used up. All right, we have a few more items. Next is a makeup sponge. This is a beauty blender, and I don't know what it is, but I don't find that these last long at all for me. I know that some people say that like they wash up really well, they last a long time. That has not been my experience. I bought this one on sale from Sephora, and it already got tore up on the bottom, and I think I only used it like a month. So for me, beauty blenders are just not worth it. I would rather spend less money on other sponges, since I still have to replace them like every month anyway. Next, I have a foundation. This is the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream for oily skin. It looks like this. I quite enjoyed this. However, I had to be careful about when I used this, because if I was particularly dry in places, this did not look very good on those dry patches. For the most part, I was able to get pretty good natural looks from it, but I did have to be careful. However, to say that it's for oily skin is a lie. I got plenty oily with this, so I don't think it helps mattify at all. I've found other foundations that work a lot better, but this was a nice light foundation that was good for evening out my skin tone, and it had a nice natural look. Initially, I did get oily through the day, so I would have to blot or powder, but it was fine. I don't think I'll repurchase though. Next, I have a mascara. This is from e.l.f. This is their Big Mood mascara, and this was in the shade Black. I didn't like this mascara, so here's the brush. There's nothing wrong with the brush, but I felt like this was very clumpy. I could not get a smooth application with this mascara at all, and I found that it transferred a little bit, especially if I use it on my bottom lashes. So I will not be repurchasing this. I kind of picked it up in a pinch because I couldn't find the one that I really wanted, but I've since replaced it with the one that I actually like, which is from CoverGirl. So this one I would not recommend, and I will not repurchase it. The last two items are brow products. The first one that I have is a brow pencil. This is the Maybelline Express Brow Pencil. I got it in the shade Black Brown, and I really like this one. It's got a nice fine tip. I like that it has the spoolie on the end. Very easy to use, would recommend, and I have repurchased several times now. And the final item of this Empties is this Grande Brow Enhancing Serum. It looks like this. This is very expensive, so if you can get it on sale, I would recommend doing it that way. That's how I picked up a refill of this. Sephora had it on sale for half off. So I picked it up, and that's what's currently in my cabinet. I use this obviously to help my brows. I do have some sparseness in my brows, so I just like to have a serum like this. This is the one that I feel like works the best, so I have continued to repurchase it even though it is pricey. Okay, so there's the Empties minus like 4 things, because as I said, this is overly full with a lot of large bottles, but that's it. That is going to be my final Empties on this channel as I am transitioning away from beauty-based content. So hopefully you enjoyed one final Empties video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. In honor of this video, if you made it to the end, you can leave me a lipstick emoji because I actually managed to finish off 3 lip products, which is a very big deal for me. So that's the emoji you can leave in the comments if you made it to the end. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.